of them. You're wasting all your time and money on models. Paint what you have.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Model Club TV, episode 104. Scott Johansson, my lovely co-host. How are you, sir?
I'm lovely.
Okay. You can't make me laugh. Which is going to be a problem. This is going to be a fun one.
What is woof?
Oof. This is going to be a fun episode. I'm under the weather still. We have a lot of we'll get to it. We have news. And I will go into a coughing fit if I start laughing. So I got to try and keep it here.
Oh, good. Instead of the gallery, we could have the coughing gallery.
Shut up.
And just watch you dagging up along. And the first time you wear a white shirt on the show, be choking up blood. And
I know.
stuff.
That's why I was I'm trying to be careful. And there's a reason for this. And it goes along with our news that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. So, Scott, how are you, sir? How are things?
I think I answered that. Lovely.
For real. How are things? What's going on
Really
in your world? Really lovely. What's going on in your neck of the woods over there? Leaves are done? Fall's here? I'm sorry. Re-say that without the F word.
Yeah. If I have to pick up one more leaf, or burn one more leaf.
That's what I did that same thing today. So we're in the midst of fall here, and leaves.
I got a feeling I got a little more leaves than you do.
Oh yes, you do. You do. Since I cut down the one tree, I'm doing better, but it's still a pain in the ass. Anyway,
why don't you tell everyone what you do with your leaves? You blow them into your neighbor's yard because it's his trees.
There are certain... No. See, you're making this sound bad.
Oh, okay. You're going to make this sound good. I can't wait.
So I have a neighbor's tree that overhangs my entire driveway. The tree is basically on my property. My neighbors rent that house. I have never met my neighbor that owns that house. Not once. My neighbors do not pay for the lawn service. The landlord does. So I blow all the leaves that fall from that tree right back in their yard. I don't care. I used to bag them until I got to the point where I was like, no, I'm not doing this anymore. So that's what I do. If anyone has a problem with it, leave it in the comments. And speaking of comments, thank you to everybody who wished me a happy birthday in the comments. I truly appreciate it. It was a fun one. 50. I'm there. I'm over the hill. Way over the hill. I might not be much further in this world, the way things are going.
Maybe at the top.
I know.
One more step up to dead.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Did you go skating? Did you break any bones?
I did not. I woke up the day after the party, the shindig I had, and I said,
that I wasn't invited to.
You were invited to, and you didn't show up. And I decided, I probably shouldn't go today. And I drove past it the other day, and I'm like, okay, I got to get my board. I want to. Still going to do it. Still going to go drop in once. So,
episode 105, Jason gets a cast.
Both arms. Wouldn't that be awesome? Like that Seinfeld episode where the guy broke.
Trying to type with your fingers, this much of your fingers showing.
Knuckling stuff. Oh, that'd be great. That'd be just what I need. And clay just finished up at work, so my hands are still dry and getting back to normal. What other little news things? I totally forgot Oak Island starts tonight, which is, we are recording Tuesday, the 12th of November. And so I'm excited to watch that when we are done. And tomorrow...
I like how you try to audition there. Tuesday, the 12th of November, because I got a voiceover job and you did.
That's some news. When do you want to talk about that news?
Whenever you want.
Okay. Well, when we get to that slide, we'll talk about it. How about that? And then tomorrow, which is the 13th, and everyone will be watching this on the 15th.
Calendar.
I know. Well, that's the first thing I want to touch upon here. The 13th, I hope everybody watched, if you're watching this now, C-SPAN, the UFO congressional hearings are taking place on the 13th. Took place on the 13th. Everybody watch them. There's Louis Elizondo is going to be, all right. Not just me. All right. I think everybody should watch it. Some big news might have happened, and you already know about it because it's the future. Or the past? Where are we? Who knows? Time just doesn't really exist, actually. So, anyway.
Well, you're just going wild with the drugs you're on.
Dude, the mix of the steroids and the antibiotics has me
Constipated?
and I swear I have pneumonia. So this is what happened. Jamie had pneumonia. Then I and it's funny that one of the crazy guys podcasts that I watch used to be a teacher, and he says right around November, and it happens every time for me, is that your body fights it off. Your brain goes, can't get sick until about November. And the first time I have like a day off in a row, like 2 days off or something, which I did, my body goes, you can get sick now. That's what happens every time. And it's just, ugh. So she had pneumonia. I got whatever she had. Doctor said I don't have it, but I don't believe him. But they put me on different things. So what do I do first? What I want to do? Don't be
Of course, you don't believe the guy with 8 years education. No. Okay.
It wasn't a guy. It was a nurse practitioner or someone, whoever read that x-ray. I don't think read it right. But anyway.
Okay. Because that's hard to see. Yeah.
I had pneumonia from 6 months old on. Like I would have it every other year, at least bronchitis or pneumonia. I know what it feels like. And they're just like, oh, you have a like slight respiratory. I'm like, okay. Anyway, enough about me. The show. I want to go over the quick calendar. Scott and I were kind of talking about the next couple months and how crazy it's going to be around here. We have this episode. We have the episode that normally comes out on the 30th. Dude, you're just waiting for me to pass out, aren't you? And keel over. I hate you so much. I sound terrible. People who are listening to the audio version, I apologize. Because with this, it's even worse. So the next episode that would be coming out is on the 30th. We fully expect to kind of have that show, but it might, we don't know. It's in the middle of the holidays. Everything's a mess. December, we have the special episode that is, and we'll talk about it, slides coming up. We have the episode for the results for the Fantastic Plastic Resin and Vinyl holiday model contest that we are judging. So we have that
Which I know
episode.
nothing about.
I have sent you everything. You see, never mind. Anyway, so we have that coming out. So that might just be a recorded one-off episode by itself. And then we are going to do our live holiday special again with the three of us. We think on the 30th of December. If everything goes right. I haven't talked to Brian about it yet.
Do we have to have that dullard on?
I know. Well, he's got nothing going on. So we're his only friend.
Tell me about it.
I know. So we thought, it's a charity.
He's walking around with his humped up shoulders and his hair's starting to grow back. Looks like he just got done with chemotherapy, It's...
Oh, man. So that's the next couple of months are it's going to be all over the place. So if we have to do a live show to make up for something, we might do that. If we miss an episode, that might happen. It's, Scott's been in Florida gallivanting.
Yeah.
Where's your tan? You didn't get a tan.
You want to see my tan line? Do you really want to see my tan line?
No.
Okay.
No. Were you on the beach?
No, I'm not on the beach.
Did you go walk on the beach?
No, I was in Central Florida.
Oh, did you wrestle an alligator?
No, but I saw an alligator.
Where?
In Florida.
No, where? Like, did you go to Gatorland Zoo or did you see it on the side of the road?
No, it was on. We were driving and there's a lot of water, ponds, whatever you want to call them, and
it's Florida.
He was next to the pond.
Oh, cool.
Off in the distance, but I saw him as close as I wanted to get.
Have you been to Gatorland Zoo?
No. Anything that's got a mouth bigger than my head, I don't. Okay. No thanks.
How far are we into the episode? I'll leave it out. I'm not gonna say. Well, I'm glad you're back and safe.
So is your mom.
All right. 1453 was the first mom joke of the episode. Okay. Before we move on to I think there's some gallows humor we got going on. There was a really good comment from our pal Scuzzfink, and it made me actually laugh out loud when I was reading them. And he said in the comment, does Jason really have this much time on his hands to play vegetable war fantasy games? Good grief. That cracked me up. Scuzz, you're right. I don't have time to do it at all, but I think it's fun. And then I want to tell a little story about 600 hours and 3D printing. What's an important thing in 3D printing, Scott? I'll tell you. Decimal points.
Paying attention to what you're doing,
yes.
Tony.
I am not Cipriano level yet. Do not even put me in the same category.
He's gonna watch us and kill you.
That's fine.
Okay.
I think I got a spatula I could beat him to death with over there. So we could do spatula foo.
Spatulas are for stirring, not for shaking.
So I just upgraded. I'm testing out Chi2 Box 2.0. And so I'm transferring all my settings into Chi2 Box for resin time and rest time. And so on rest time, it was supposed to be 2.5 seconds, 2.5 seconds. And I missed a decimal point and didn't realize it. And so I did my slice, push print on my printer and went to bed. Woke up the next morning and it's still sitting at 1%. And I'm like, what the hell? I froze up the printer. This new Chi2 Box is terrible. And then I'm like, all right, fine. Went to work, took it, undid the printer, stopped it, did all that stuff. Got home, immediately got on the Chi2 Box Discord and put, has anyone else had a print freeze at 1%? And then after I typed that, I was like, maybe I should go check everything. So I go.
What was your rest time?
So my rest time turns out was 250,000 seconds, which I think we did the math, turns out to be about 600 hours. I don't even know if that was the right math that you did for me the other day. But anyway, the printer was still resting. It was not
ready for the next layer.
And Jamie Sy made the best thing and said, man, it would have been done in time because each layer would have rested 600 hours, I think. So that print would have been months long or years. I don't even know. Wait, let's do this. Let's do some math. There was 1,800 layers. So what's 1,800 times 600?
Well, hold on.
Thank you, Mr. Wizard, for helping me through this.
So you said you were 250,000?
Yeah. Let's get the math right. Live on air. 250,000 seconds.
Oh my God. Hold on. I got to read this. That
kids,
can't be right.
Kids, decimal points are important.
Okay. That's 4,166 minutes.
So how many hours is that?
Hold on. Divided by 60.
I'm glad we have a science whiz.
Oh.
Is it worse?
Only 69 hours.
Okay, 69 hours. So then what's 69 times 1,850? Because I think it was actually more than that.
All right, so we're still on hours, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So let's divide that by 24 equals... I don't think that print would have finished in your lifetime.
Okay, really? What was it?
5,353 days. 5,353 days. Wait, hold on. That's 5,353 divided by 365 equals... You might have made it till the end. It was 14.66 years. Okay. And it would have been great. You got to about 13 years and had a power outage. Okay. You're an idiot.
That's awesome.
You're right. You're not Tony. Tony would have never done anything that dumb. Okay.
That would have been 15 Wonderfests from now. Before it was...
We finally finished it. Yeah, Jason, we're printing them over here 5 minutes each.
Hey, I got to make sure that resin sits and doesn't get lines in it. Oh my God. So that was yesterday. Anyway, we needed that good laugh. All right, let's get on to the bad news. We How do you want to even do this, Scott? I don't even know how.
Well, we knew this last episode, but we're asked to keep it until the family made their announcement.
Yes.
We found out shortly before the last episode that our friend and one-time guest, Robert Troch, had passed away. And
Unexpectedly.
Suddenly, I won't get into any details.
Yeah, I've had some people ask. It's not our story to tell. Maybe that story will. I'm just gonna say it was an accident. It wasn't anything crime or anything. It was just
no,
not our story to tell. So
right.
I hope people can respect that.
So, all I can say is this is a guy who I don't think had any enemies. And going through his Facebook and seeing all the things he's done in his life. And first of all, our condolences to his wife, Grace, his family, his good friends. Again, great guy. But in going through his Facebook, grabbing some photos, the things that Robert did in his life were amazing. And you know what?
As you talk, I'm going to be pressing.
If you want, hold on. I will. Let me get online and read the obituary, because the obituary is long, but it really sums it up well. So give me a second.
Sure. While Scott's doing that, we are planning on. We reached out to his partner in crime, Eric. We are in the future going to have Eric come on, and we'll do a kind of a special episode with Eric. I fully understand not wanting to. This is kind of soon, but we know everyone's been kind of talking about it, and
all right. So I'm just going to read this obituary. I'm going to do the best I can. Reading, I'll probably do better than you do. So, and it's a long obituary, but it's so accurate. It's amazing. Robert William Troch III. Okay. Robert was 64, a few years older than I am. Renaissance man, co-founder of Younger Than Last Year, award-winning diorama builder, collector of superheroes and kaiju statues, music lover, avid Bears fan, and so much more. People have two things in common: the day we are born and the day we complete our physical cycle. What truly matters is how we fill the time between those two dates. Robert Troch of Brooklyn, New York, died on Saturday, October 19th at the age of 64. He filled his years with a passion for living in the moment, for being authentic, and for embodying honesty and integrity. Robert was born March 20th, 1960 in Des Plaines, Illinois, where his love of the Chicago Bears was indoctrinated in him from infancy. He graduated from Lake Forest Academy in 1978, and though he saw himself as a class clown, in reality, Robert excelled in sports, especially track, a passion that he maintained throughout his life. He ran in 2 New York City marathons, including the one in 1995, which was the coldest race in the history. At 20, Robert and his best friend Matt Campert moved to Brooklyn. They never looked back. Midwestern suburbia was too small for Robert and me in every way imaginable, said Matt. We were torn between leaving for New York City and Finland. When we came to the George Washington Bridge, we said, so this is what Finland looks like. For over 30 years, Robert owned and lived in a multifamily brownstone in Brooklyn. At a time when Brooklyn was still rough around the edges, Robert became a familiar face in the neighborhood. He invested in the community not just by maintaining his building, but also by hiring local workers for each project. While Robert often spoke with nostalgia about how the neighborhood has changed, he truly set an example for his fellow residents through kindness, a sense of humor, and teamwork. Robert built our community through movie nights at his house, his annual Brooklyn Halloween show, and his project Younger Than Last Year, touching countless lives, recalled Dan Long, a longtime friend and neighbor. His superpower, an uncanny ability to see the best in others and ignite their sense of wonder and joy. Robert always had faith in himself his family, his friends, and most important, in his ability. With a varied background in strength and conditioning, flexibility, nutrition, and yoga, over the years he taught at the Park Slope Academy of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the New York Roadrunners Club, and the New York Times. He was certified as a Level 1 USA track and field coach, a Russian kettlebell instructor, an IntraFit coach, a NASM integrated flexibility practitioner, and an Ashtanga yoga teacher. In 2016, Robert co-founded Younger Than Last Year, a Brooklyn fitness studio at YTLA. He believed in helping students make small changes in exercise, nutrition, and mindset in order to live longer, healthier lives. The mission was to strive for progress, not perfection. Though Robert trained real athletes, like the kind of people who did triathlons, he was also the quiet champion of the contrarian, the person who bought a gym membership they never used, said Mason Wickham, a YTLY mainstay. Though he had an encyclopedic knowledge of the body and the history of human movement, he was not a high priest of wellness or a fitness guru. Robert embraced the ambivalence some of us felt about exercise and sort of tricked us into getting into shape. Robert wore his love for old horror, kaiju, sci-fi, and other genre movies and TV shows on his proverbial sleeve, and on many all-too-real t-shirts. From 2005 to 2015, he co-founded and produced the Brooklyn Halloween Show at his brownstone and garage studio space on Waverly Avenue, to the delight of thousands of spectators during its 10-year run. With a twinkle in his eye, Robert Tro created stage presentations that combined WWW-style combat, over-the-top decapitations, and slapstick humor. I believe, didn't he send us a link to that?
So I'll put a link down to our episode that has a lot of that stuff in it with the links and stuff. So.
It was the Halloween show your older sibling snuck you into and got in trouble for doing so when you were little, said good friend and longtime collaborator Eric Hamilton. A little naughty, but with a good heart, just like Robert. Robert's love for these things was also at the heart of his passion projects. Elaborate dioramas built from model kits and found objects, bringing his reimagined scenes of Frankenstein's lab or epic kaiju battles to life. He welcomed others to join him in creating these diorama scenes, later showcasing them at national model shows and competitions. Meeting others who shared his passion gave him immense joy, as did exchanging ideas and sharing his vast knowledge of model kits, the creators or companies behind them, and the hobbyists, past and present, who made builds from the kits. Robert's enthusiasm was infectious, and he always encouraged the hobby to grow, evolve in positive, creative ways. If there's anything we could learn from him, is to do what we love. Don't just dream about it, make it happen, wrote Eric, who also later helped him with several diorama builds. He firmly believed to never hesitate, start now, don't wait. He never did. Robert is survived by his wife, Grace, his daughter, Georgia, his son-in-law, Jacob, his mother, his sister, and her husband, his brother and his wife, and many other loving relatives and friends and neighbors. In everything he did, Robert embraced it with joy, passion, and honesty, as he specifically requested an Irish wake is planned for March of 2025. Growing up with cats, dogs, and parakeets, Robert had a lifelong belief that all animals hold a place in our ecosystem, even cockroaches and pigeons. In lieu of flowers, donations in his memory may be made to the North Shore Animal League, where he and his family rescued 2 dogs. Robert was also a passionate advocate for organ donation, and because of his generous gift, new life has begun for many more people. In keeping with Robert's legacy, please consider registering as an organ donor to bring hope and a future to others. I don't think I could say it any better than his obituary said anything there.
No. That sums it up perfectly.
And I was asked to if the family would really like to hear stories about Robert, and if you've got a good story, a good photo, go to legacy.com, look up Robert's obituary and leave a comment. And I was asked they would really like to see that. So there you go.
So yeah, we'll put a link up to that obituary page, like down in the comments. So yeah, please leave those stories.
Yep.
Scott, what's your best Robert Troch story? Do you have
So
one?
many.
I know.
Well, I'm going to go with the first time I really met him. And I had seen him, but I just never, our paths never crossed. And it was, I think, the second year that, and it was the last year, I think, that John Tucky was at Wonderfest, and I was helping John. And John had to have some parts shipped to my house because his caster was running late. And John had to send the kits out like 2 weeks in advance to make sure they got to Louisville. So he had his caster send some of the missing parts to me, and we were going to put them in the boxes when we got there because I drove there. So by getting them to me at the last minute, John didn't have to worry about getting them to Louisville and boxing the kits. Everything was there. So anyway, so we get there and I have all the parts sorted, and we have to put them in certain boxes. So John had sealed all the boxes, but he had the box art, and the kit, right? So, we gave Robert, and Robert and I hit it off kind of right away when he found out he was from Illinois, and, so unfortunately a Bears fan and all that. But so John had the box art, right? And Robert goes to put the pieces in the kit. Now, you would think you'd turn the box over and cut the bottom and, open up the box, throw the pieces in, seal it back up. Not Robert, boy. He cut right down the middle of it. I thought Tucky was gonna faint. Okay, right. Robert, what are you doing? Why are you doing it that way? Oh my God, I was just dying. So him and I hit it right off. We would do our little Tucky impression each other. The rest, ever since then, really.
Yeah.
But no, and then he put us in that diorama. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. So my first interaction, I had, like I said, I had seen him too, but it wasn't until we did our first model club contest at Wonderfest that I like had any like direct interaction with him. And my first one was like first email with him. And he was like, oh, dude, he was the first one in. He's like, this is right up my alley. This is the greatest thing I've ever, because when we were doing that contest, they're coming up with like, it was right up Robert's alley. Like it was big, crazy diorama, whatever you want to make kind of thing. And he was in from the beginning. And he sends me an email. And he's like, man, I'm in on this. I want to do this so bad, but can some of the work be done by my partner? And I'm like, my partner? I thought this dude was married to some chick. Like what is he talking about? And I'm like, oh, no, it's just his actual partner in model building. I thought he was talking about a spouse or something. And so we hit it off right away. Same thing. He was a great ball buster. We would always mess with each other every time we saw each other. And I think you're right. He didn't have an enemy. And if there is one, you just shut your mouth and I never want to hear your voice. Because my idea of Robert, he was like, everyone talks about Rob Madison being the nicest guy in the hobby, and we make that joke. Robert, maybe it's the name. Robert Troch is right there. Like,
well, it is my middle name.
Well, no, doesn't count.
Oh.
So it's just and then the sad thing about this is when I found out he passed away, I was like, oh my God, I hate myself, because this email from him for episode 100 was him mad at me for leaving without saying hello at G-Fest. And I shoulda.
Yeah. But who would have known? Robert,
right, exactly.
I'm going to say this. Robert was healthier than the lot of us.
Dude, what
okay.
the hell? Yeah.
Okay. And we grabbed a lot of pictures that I'm sure you just showed. And dude, you had a picture of this guy hanging upside down.
Let me get to that one.
I'm not so sure the guy didn't have a tail somewhere that didn't.
I know, it's crazy.
So I mean, his and he didn't flaunt it I mean, it's
No.
not like he
You
was
would
like,
never
"Hey, I'm Mr. Physical Fit." Okay, he was, man. He was just him, and him and I somewhere in these slides of photos. I was going to say he's making fun of me because he's got the statue of the kingpin and he's sticking his belly out. Making me fat.
I got you.
And Robert and I had that same opinion on the Bowen statues. How we liked how they were classic. They weren't
Let me get to
overdone,
that
and
pic.
they weren't. So yeah, I just a great dude.
He honestly, and he was one of the first people to reach out to us and participate in this show. Some of our very first supporters are now gone. Phil was one of our first supporters. Robert Troch was one of our first people. Martin, he's gone. Like, I never thought that it would go like this, but it's just, this is one of those gaping holes in the, and we had Dan, like Dan passed away, but Dan's been kind of out of the hobby for a while. And he was like one of my friends, like, and he was part of the hobby too. But Robert Troch was one of those pillars of this fucking hobby, man, that made it great. That was one of those people that kept you and I from being assholes sometimes. Cause you would look at him, you'd be like, dude, just, and it sucks. It sucks. And
and even if you said something about someone to Robert would just be kind of like, yeah, that's him.
Exactly. He would
Scott,
never.
That's Jason. I mean, he wouldn't pile on. He wouldn't.
Exactly. You've said that perfectly. And then anytime you were mad, he'd just be like, hey man, you can't let it bother you. And sucks. This email though, he went through and he said there was so many things in it. Like in his recap of the first 100 episodes, 500 gallons, the amount of sugary crap that Johansson drank, but he put all his bad words. The other one is the amount of 500, the amount of minutes Jason has complained about being a teacher. 89, the number of times Tucky's ghost has told Johansson to go F himself. 2,345, the number of times Tucky Ghost has told Walker to go F himself. It's like thoughtful stuff like this that is gone now. And man, I'm going to miss that guy. And
yeah, I am too. It's just not going to be the same as what crazy shit's Robert bringing to Wonderfest this year.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. And my heart goes out to his family. If they're watching this, we love Robert. And my heart goes out to you. I can't even imagine what you're going through, and hang in there. That's all we can say. And I think to all of us in Hobbyland who we're like, man, Robert is going to outlive every single one of us because we're all fat pieces of crap that never eat right and never do anything. And you never know. It's just, you never know when it's your time. It's your time. And I think if you, like you said, if you learn anything from Robert, do what makes you happy. Be.
Oh, and that's what I meant to touch on when I was talking about going through the photos to grab. One thing you got to say is this guy had a full life. Okay. He went to Japan, to Wonderfest. There's photos of him in England at Abbey Road. All these different places and all these different things he did. He lived life to the fullest.
And I think
good for him.
Right. And it goes right to what I said. I let my anxiety get in the way of a crowd of people of saying hi to Robert that last time. And it's the exact opposite. I need to learn that lesson. Don't let life get you down, man. It's short. It's short. So Robert, man, him and Tucky fighting right now? You think what's going on up there? Jiu-jitsu.
He's opening Tucky's boxes the wrong way, and John's going, I thought I told you down there not to open the boxes like that.
Oh man. Although Tucky's in hell, according to our
well, according to Tucky's ghost.
Yeah. But we'll see. Well, we have a mystery solved. Robert Troch was not the Joker. Because unless he called in as a ghost of the Joker calling in, we have an email, we have a voicemail from the Joker about this subject. So We'll play that later in the show. We still, if we never get another Tucky's Ghost
Yeah,
voicemail,
he's still a suspect.
He's still a suspect.
Yeah.
So if we never ever get another one, I still think it's the same person as the other thing. So everyone hang in there. I think this is a hard one for a lot of people, and there's been many deaths since we've been doing this show, and this one it stung. It really stung. So want to move on to the next death? Like what?
Yeah, well, and unfortunately, and I read this today, and
And you know what? After I saw the picture, I was like, yeah, I saw it too. When I got home and started looking at it.
okay,
I forgot one picture, and you put this in of Robert, of him walking away with his water bottle and workout stuff. Like, dude, what a great picture. Great picture. All right, go ahead.
so we lost another sculptor artist, Carl Dean Sanders. Now, Carl is not a super garage kit sculptor or anything like that. I think he went to one or two Wonderfest, maybe only one.
Maybe two. I think two.
What he's really known for in the garage kit community is his Keeper of Time piece, which, again, with the short notice, I was able to at least find pictures. And it was on the cover of AFM. I don't know which number, but it got a lot of attention. And I have one in the basement, actually. I bought one.
Good. Hang on to that, because that is a really cool kit. He sculpted one of my favorite pieces that I own, and I don't have a picture of it. It's the Ghost Gunslinger, where he's like in this smoke. And it was, because I remember seeing it one year and then I think getting it the next. So I'm almost positive is at least at 2 Wonderfest. But man, another super talent gone. And
Yep. And if I remember, again, a really friendly guy. Although the one year he had the year I bought my Keeper of Time, I think he had his niece working there, and she's a very nice looking young lady, and
yes,
very, very personable. And I remember she talked me into buying that, but I'm glad she did. So there you go.
I remember that happening with a lot of people, I think, actually.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So again, Carl, too soon from what I saw. It was sudden. It wasn't something expected. So
I want to go back real quick. I have some more pictures from Model Club contest that we did at Wonderfest, and this is when Mike won. I think it was the second one, third. I don't know. Okay. Look at Aranjo's hair. That still cracks me up every time.
That stuff's that's not natural, man.
But there's Robert down on the bottom with Eric, and this I got some detailed pictures of his Mad Monster Party, his first entry. And it's our background today too. And again, he had ideas that most people go, oh, that's stupid or crazy or something. Like that's not going to work. But it worked every time. And he went around looking for all different of those. One of every monster in there is in there. And to actually appreciate this, you have to really look at this for a very long time to look at every little detail that's in that kit.
And I'll say something else about this. If I remember right, he was still working on it when he was setting it up.
Yep.
Okay. And what you may or may not know if you look at this piece, there's some expensive models in there.
There's a lot of expensive models.
Okay. That Robert chopped up. Okay. And it's like, wow.
Yeah.
But that was Robert. Like you said, didn't care.
Didn't care.
Yeah, let's just do it.
And let's get in this one. You can see like the Kong and the Dracula. There's a creature way back there.
Yeah.
And then this was the second one. And I think you had some other pictures. And this one again I'll go back later on. Maybe I'll throw them in the gallery when we set up. But the detail and the amount of a lot of these were Tucky pieces, some Exo Facto pieces. I like how the Der Golem is looking in the window in the back of the thing that you have to but man, it's just, and I have his book that he did about the Destroy All Modelers diorama. And you ready? Let's have the rest of the show. Whew. All right. First up, get your entries in to the Fantastic Plastic Resin and Vinyl Festive Model Competition The deadline is December 1st. So head on over to the Facebook group. I will put the link up down below. Oh, I didn't even do the news and reviews. Forget it. I don't care. Wait, make your noise, Scott. That works. Jank for the win. So please get your entries over there. Abram, they're doing a great job. They're doing a great job over there with this, and I love what they're doing. I'm already terrified. I don't know if you've looked at any of it yet.
I don't even know what's going on yet.
Oh my God. Are you not a member of the group?
What do you volunteer me for shit? And I just like,
wait,
I guess
are you not a member of Fantastic Plastic?
Yes, of course I am.
Well, then you should have seen the threat. Anyway, there is a lot of entries. There are a lot of really good entries. I am terrified to pick a winner at this point. And so I don't know how Scott and I are actually going to do it. It's going to be fun. So get them in. December 1st is the deadline. Link down below. Put them
on the wheel and spin them. And
dude, that's actually a pretty fun idea. Maybe we'll give it a special prize for that. Yeah. Oh man, that's a good idea. Right? Don't forget about that. I like that idea. All right. So good job. FPRV. Good job, guys. All right. Oops. Don't see that. That's me. First up, Scott, in terms of model kits, we have Tower of London.
No, we don't have Tower of London.
What?
Is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Sorry.
Oh, wait, we didn't talk about my shirt. This was the shirt I was buying at G-Fest when I didn't see Robert Tro. And this is the first time I'm wearing it. And that's why I'm wearing a white shirt. In honor of him, what is that? Godzilla shirt. It's Jet Jaguar.
Jet Jaguar.
So this is the shirt I bought at G-Fest when would have been the last time I saw him. So, but I didn't. All right. Tower of London.
All right. From IAMCO. Brand new kit announcement. Boris Karloff as Mord the Executioner from Tower of London. Quarter scale half figure. Sculpted by Jeff Yeager. I spoke to Mark today. He's hoping to start molding this in the next week or two. If you want to get on the list, get a hold of Mark or Mike Calvert. And there's 125 copies limited. And the price is going to be $185 plus shipping and handling. That'll ship from the US. Mark will be doing all the castings. So
that likeness is killer.
And I talked to Mark today. He's pretty sure from the bottom of the base to the top of that axe is almost a foot. I mean, it's big. And he told me also pay special close attention to the basket.
I was going to, well, is there something cool in it?
No, just the sculpt itself.
Well, that was my next thing. That wood detail is amazing.
Yeah.
That is cool. Janice, was there only one other, the Janice, a long time ago?
I think Vin
did one too?
Crypt had one too.
Oh, yeah, he did. All right. Man, that's good. That's good stuff, guys. All right. And then, since I put the words, this is from, it's also another Yeager piece, a traditionally sculpted and cast model kit of Vincent Price from Sci-Fi Models and Stuff. Let me read what he put up. A few weeks ago, I teased my next release, and I put that tease on the show. My plan was to try something new, and this is Dan Garden talking. My plan was to try something new and only announce this kit when I had copies on hand. I've been doing the pre-order list thing for a while, and while it works, there's always a percentage of people who lose interest before the kit is actually available. But this project has been delayed a few times and often occurs in this hobby. So screw it. Here's the reveal. Vincent Price as Frederick Lauren in House on Haunted Hill, lovingly sculpted by Jeff Yeager, quarter scale with 3D printed lamp designed to be lit with LEDs if desired, available within the next few days, priced at $140, he thinks, with free shipping in the US. Happy Halloween. That's a good Vincent Price.
Yes, it is.
Man.
Yes.
Great stuff here. Even that lamp. That is, all of this is great. And here, you know, I always have the problem with the hands not attached. I think they work on this one. I think it works on this.
Well, okay. As long as you say so.
Yeah, I approve, Mr. Yeager. This is a really, really nice piece. So 140.
Mr. Yeager sits on the edge of his seat.
I know, waiting for my approval. I know.
Waiting for your approval.
Yeah.
Just like the nurse practitioner wants to make sure you sign her next diploma.
Well, no, it wasn't. No, it wasn't the nurse practitioner. It was the radiology department across the street from. Anyway, Silver Cross. Well done, Dan Garden. I would not have, from the teaser pick, I would never have thought. I don't think I would have picked this. So cool. I'm excited. All right. Then Scott Johansson.
Well, winner.
Well, winner.
What is it? Tiamat?
Tiamat.
Tiamat, the dragon. This is the full figure. It is, and you'd think I did the voiceover, so I would know. I believe it was 84 pieces.
So real quick, before people go, well, I thought he already did this. He only did the front of this dragon as part of the diorama with all the figures.
Mm-hmm.
This is the whole dragon.
Unreal.
And this was my favorite toy as a kid. When the Dungeons and Dragons toy line came out, I just sold one of the legs that I had found in a toy box because the rest of it got lost and broken. But it was a wing. I had the wing. I sold the wing alone for $85.
Wow.
For this toy.
So are you going to get this one?
Yeah, probably. Probably. I don't know if I'll ever print it, but man, that's cool.
I'd like to see the parts breakdown.
Because I know I have the other parts for the rest of the diorama, which I'm currently printing for Brian and myself. So I'll have to see. But the parts breakdown's crazy. 85 parts. Beautiful piece. How did you get a voiceover job, Scott?
I'm Scott Johansson. He just asked me if I would do it. He wanted someone to do it in English, and so I did it.
All right. Up next, we have Pat Pending.
Yeah, and last episode we previewed the Pat Pending converted car.
Yep.
That Well did. What Well's doing with all the wacky racers is he's then doing maquettes of the figures. So this is Professor Pat Pending.
So I want to talk about the render here, and it's beautiful, but it gives you an idea of how to paint this.
Oh yeah.
So for these cartoon kits, a lot of people want to shade and do things that you don't need to do. You really only need to do solid colors with some black lines, which is what he did. Like if you were going to paint this yellow, you could paint that shadow with a darker yellow, paint the highlight brighter yellow, and then do the shadows with black lines, and you're done. Like the skin, same thing. You could just do a couple different shadows painted in, or paint it one solid flesh tone and do your lines like in black like a cartoon, and it works. Mm-hmm. It's so good. So good.
So
Birdman.
This was a piece on his Patreon, but I don't think we showed it yet.
I don't think I did. I downloaded it, I think.
And his Eagle Avenger, I guess it is.
Yeah.
So Birdman was a little after me. So did you watch Birdman?
I remember it being on. I remember the bird.
Okay.
But I think there was one. What am I thinking of, the one with the dog? Is it Astromut? What was the dog?
Well, there was Blue Falcon.
That's what I'm thinking of. Blue Falcon. What was Astromut? Is that like Scooby but space?
Dude.
You're a cartoon expert.
They went off the rails in the 80s, okay?
No wonder I'm so messed up. All right, then Bewitched came out yesterday? Today?
Today.
Yeah.
This is available on his Patreon right now.
Yeah, I just downloaded that too. Nice little piece.
It is. And I thought I saw it in his story, but I could be wrong. I thought I saw Darren that's going to go with it.
Oh, really? Cool.
So anybody that remembers the old show and the introduction, and he did this with Genie too. He did a Genie piece.
Yeah.
So now one thing I did tell him, I said, dude, that broomstick is not going to support her. So you better figure out a way to support her to a backdrop or something. So I still haven't seen the breakdown.
Hold on. I got to pause. 1 second. All right. Let me get to normal screen first. Big discussion came about sagging resin last episode. Okay. I printed this 2 years ago, and there is zero sagging so far. And it is supported by 1 foot This is Venom. 0 sagging so far. Some people, you might say, oh, it kind of looks like it, but that's how it was. This leg has not sagged at all. This is Elegoo standard resin.
So did you print that leg hollow?
It's hollow. The whole thing's hollow. Everything's hollow. So this gives me hope that we might be too worried. Because after we finished that episode, I went and sat at my building desk and I was like, wait a minute. This hasn't sagged at all. And it's been there for 2 years, of course, because I don't have time to paint anything anymore. But it's been sitting there waiting. I just primed it. Nothing. So I don't know. I don't know where we stand, because if anything was going to sag, I would assume that would.
Well, if she's only supported by that broomstick.
Right. And again, little things like that, I know, Well has the staff on one of the D&D girls that has the 2 really heavy flame things on it. That would. But I think if you figure out a way, and I think it has to do with the way it connects and the way it supports itself, it's fine. It hasn't sagged at all. So
and all the weight is really just on the toe.
Yeah. And then it's perfectly, I think, but I would think it would have sagged maybe the knee a little bit or forward. If it was vinyl, it definitely would have gone over, but fingers crossed. All right. Back to the.
Okay. The last on last month's Natty Ramos is Bimbo. And no, this is not Jason's girlfriend. Or his mom.
Ex-girlfriends, yes. Not the current.
A lot of ex-girlfriends that were bimbos. Yeah. Anyway, I don't remember Bimbo. It's an old Flesher cartoon, so I'm sure it was.
Isn't Bimbo a kind of Mexican candy or drink or something?
Maybe, or maybe that was Bimba.
Let me look
that up. Look it up now, huh?
Keep talking.
Anyway, I think this is in the spirit of the old Flesher Popeye cartoons and Betty Boops and all that. She did a really good Betty Boop too, this month. So she had a lot of nice, we showed them last time. And I think Jason even got some work out of it, or is going to get some work out of it. And
Bimbo is it is a Mexican, new, I would say Little Debbie, but it's a bear.
Huh. Well, there you go. And again, here's another piece. You could just paint and be done.
Yeah, totally. All right. Then we didn't have these pictures last time of the ornaments from Paul Gill from Gillman Productions. $30 shipped, I think. No, probably not with shipping. Don't hold me to that.
These are the 2 Mark sculpted, I believe. These
yes.
2.
So we have Terrifier and his pal from the new movie. So Mark did a great job on these. Really like that. Was give those out as stocking stuffers, I think, to the kids. That's a good idea. And then Paul finally gave me permission to show this. I don't have the details yet because I don't think he knows them all, or I might have missed them. Paul, don't get mad. But this is coming soon. I think he just had on the Jaeger Army that it's in rubber, getting cast. This is the next in the Blade Runner series, and it is the eye implant dude from Blade Runner. I don't know his name offhand, and I don't know what they're calling it, so maybe I shouldn't have said Blade Runner. I don't know. Paul, I always make Paul mad. But that is badass.
That's really nice.
Yeah. That is badass. The equipment on his head, I think the little tuft, I wonder if that hair comes from Paul's actual beard that he's going to put in every kit, or you're going to have to do it on your own.
Not.
To the eye base, like that, and the eye in that movie plays a big role as part of in certain so winner chicken dinner on this kit.
And then do you know, is the stuff in the head 3D printed?
I'm guessing. I don't know.
I'll talk to him.
Yeah, I don't know details really at all, but I just want to give a sneak peek. That's coming. I don't know how much he's shared, but he said I could share it tonight. So
ooh, you know what else is coming? Paul's got something else coming out.
Oh, that was a loaded question. I didn't know where you were going with that, but go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah.
Paul's got another piece coming out, and I've seen it, and it's something Paul doesn't usually do, so it's unique. It's a little outside of Paul's norm of stuff, and it must be the November supermoon that's got him whacked out. I don't know, but anyway, he'll be showing it soon. It'll be a Jeff Yeager piece. That's all I can say.
Well, thanks for nothing. Good.
You never know. There might have been a hint in there somewhere.
Hmm.
Okay.
Everyone take apart his words. Figure it out. All right. And then from Nostalgic Resin Productions, we have Lost Love is shipping now. So if you're interested, I got one for my birthday from Dave. So thank you very much. And I got the 1/8 scale and I love it. The only thing, I may end up sculpting the back of it to do the rest of that. I really like the way the rest of that pillar is. I love the I don't want to say the word. I love the other part that goes with it, but I just want that. I want the whole scene there almost. I want all of that. So I might end up like out of foam or something, try and do the back. That's a cool piece. Really, really nice. I think a lot of people are happy with it. He sold one to a very famous person. He told me he was stoked about. So
I was a little worried at first.
He was a little worried. So I'll let him tell that story one day. But that same person liked one of my Instagram posts once, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, that's so cool!" It's jump on this piece. I think it's really, really nice. Really nice.
I'd like to jump on her. I'd have shoved your mom right out of the way for her.
My poor mother. And then again, also right up my alley, we have Playhouse Pal.
I wasn't done talking about
the other God, I wanted to get to the Playhouse Pal. Yes.
Okay. So I only got one gripe about this.
All right, Dave, you hear this? He's got a gripe. He's got a gripe.
He knows. He was here when he was here. I told him that whole upper torso is one piece, the arms and all that. So you're going to be painting in there. Now, the thing is, because you won't see anything.
That's what I was just going to say. Hold on. I got it sitting right here. And hear me out. If you paint this like a miniature painter and prime it all in black, you can kind of prime it Zenithal style and not have to worry about having to get under there to paint some of that stuff because you won't see it. It'll be black. It'll be in shadow. And you're not worried about that then. Let me get to just me. So you're right. This is all one piece. So yeah, you'd have to get in there and do all that. But I was thinking of just putting it together, gluing it, and priming it black and hitting it with my light with the primer and not even ever worrying about anything that would have been in shadow. And that's one way to do it. And not everyone will ever do that way. Because it's one of those things. It's ingrained in GK guys that you have to prime everything white and do your colors and get everything painted white. Wait, let me get it. There we go. Look at her. Look at the detail on that headdress. I don't know if you can see. Anyway, that's a really, 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 really good piece. And hats off to him. I'm glad he did something like that. So,
and
all right.
I think each piece comes with a piece of artwork.
Yes, it's
artwork.
It's over there. I don't know. Wait.
Okay.
I put it right. My microphone. Right there.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
And it looks like the box art. There you go.
Done by David's talented daughter, Erin.
Yes. So, very cool. I think this is a kit I think, can't believe it was never made before. Or am I like totally wrong?
Not that I remember.
I don't ever remember seeing one. And then also, I got to it before. Let's get to it now. The Playhouse Pal is out. And those of you who are huge fans like me, I just haven't got around to purchasing one. I will be. I think it's $85 shipped, if I'm right. I might be wrong. Head on over to Nostalgic Resin Productions. You get another awesome piece of artwork that matches perfectly to what it's supposed to be. And some really cool pieces in there. Again, something that should have been done a long time ago. And that's the cool thing about Dave's company, Nostalgic Resin Productions, is he's doing things that have never, ever, ever, ever been done before. And it's great to see. So hats off to David Horvath. Scott, you going to be getting a Playhouse Pal?
I'm not a fan.
What is wrong with you? And then one last thing from them, which I think goes back onto Scott's mantra: use your sculpts. He sculpted this, or not sculpted, printed the Kolchak in 1/35th scale. There's a push pin in that picture next to the miniature to give you a sense of size. And Dave, I want one of these too, because I think that is awesome. And I think this is what printing opens up. You can nail the garage kit guys and the miniature guys with your same sculpture. Boom. This is great. More of this.
I've been trying to tell another guy this for a long time, and I think he's finally listening.
Spatula Man?
Captain Spatula. Captain Stir.
I get him a cape. So let's head on over to emails real quick. We only have one, and it's from Scotty Mills with a chiller update and the contest that we a lot of people donated to. So let me just bear with me, people.
Huh. And if anyone knows Scotty Mills, that's short. I'm surprised that thing's not 5 pages long, explaining to you how it got to you, where it routed through in Canada, through Illinois, and what interstate. Okay. Go ahead. We call him the Canadian Atlas. I love Scotty.
Dude, we do. The Canadian Atlas is the best nickname we've ever come up with, I think, for someone. Oh, I love it. All right. Let me get these glasses down on my nose.
Yeah, watch now. He'll drop dead next week, and I'll feel bad.
Oh, God damn. Don't die, Scotty Mills. Hi, guys. I'm a bit slow getting things out after the weekend. Hold on. Hi, guys. I'm a bit slow getting things out after the weekend at Chiller. I want to thank you both for not only helping us get out the word about the contest on your show, but also for your generous donation of kits for prizes in the model contest. The contest was nowhere near the size of Wonderfest, but it is not meant to be. We had about 40 different models on display, and there was some really outstanding work. The different categories were implemented for this year did seem to work, and we are hoping to leverage them more next year. We have some new connections with some local hobby and gaming stores in the region, and we plan to really try and grow the participation by advertising to some of those folks. I know there's been a bit of discussion recently about the supposed death of garage kits, but I don't think that is 100% true. The number of limited run traditional resin cast kits may be not as large as it once was, but there is a huge surge in the number of high quality styrene kits. The number of 3D printers out there has grown exponentially, as well as there's an increased interest in gaming figures. I know where I live, there are 2 full-service hobby shops about 10 minutes away within a couple blocks of each other that have a huge array of styrene kits and mecha kits. Just around the corner from my house, I have 2 large gaming stores with a large selection of gaming figures, paints, tools, and anything you need to build figure models. So there are a lot of modelers out there. We just need to get them looped in with us old fogies doing traditional resin kits. I'm hoping we can do that with this contest, at least in the New Jersey metro New York area. We had great support from our sponsors this year. Besides Model Club TV, we had Jerry Frade from Just Paint It, who donated a Luther kit. Paul Gill from Gilman Productions donated a couple of kits and indicated he may want to even get more involved next year, even possibly judging, which he did way back in the day. Atlantis Toys and Hobbies and Sassy Satellite gave us some great kits, including a couple of vintage kits that were extremely popular. We also had some donations from Rob Rotundi at Needful Things. With the weather situation being what it was, we didn't bother our friends in Florida this year, but we still had one donation from Pestilence Labs we got last year, and it went very quickly. Another positive thing talked about this year was a few of the producers were talking about possibly sharing a table at next year's show. There are not many kit vendors at the show. Possumus Productions has been a stalwart, as has Sassy Satellite, has pivoted more collectibles rather than kit. There are a few other vendors selling 3D prints, some of which are quite nice. What I didn't realize that was a lot of vendors stopped doing the show because the requirement to have a New Jersey tax permit, which many of the smaller producers didn't have, and therefore stopped attending. We are hoping that we can find someone who has that ability and they can sell other kits on consignment and get some more figures shown there. Something for us to work on. So once again, thanks for your support of our contest and the support you give to the hobby. It is greatly appreciated. I will see you at Wonderfest. Now back to working on the Scott Flintstone kit, or somebody is going to be making my life miserable. Cheers, Scotty Mills. Days, they never seem so long, but the nights were never long enough. The Mudmen. So cool. Exciting. I'm glad to see, like, it didn't crash and burn. And they're still doing a contest. And hopefully they bring that back to its full potential in the New York area. Comments?
No contest.
What?
You didn't do our giveaway.
Oh, the giveaway.
Yeah, you didn't do our giveaway, did you?
No, we will. Because I didn't put it in the thing. I have it ready to go.
Okay.
We made everyone, you know what? We made everyone sit to the end of the episode to get this one.
Good, it's about time.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of putting your comments in right away, Bill Wilson.
Speaking of Bill Wilson, you know, he complained because I didn't show the gifts he got me from Wonderfest.
Oh, okay.
So there's my little lit up skull right now.
Mine's outside.
Mine was outside. And then the wife said, take that thing in now. It's creeping me out for long enough. So. And I'm going to turn them off because I don't want them to fade out. Kind of looks like Bill.
Yeah, it does.
You know, and I really thought it was nice. Okay. But then I saw his cheap ass only spent $1.25 on it. So I don't feel so bad about not showing it.
All right, let's do our giveaway, everybody. Scotty Mills, I'm glad you're doing this and you took on that job of bringing that back. Well done. We'll send, I sent, what did you end up sending as giveaways for Chiller?
No idea.
Okay.
Well, no. So I had Robert Tro's permission. We donated a couple of Planet of the Apes busts.
Cool.
And then I donated, I believe, some King Kong busts. Maybe a full figure. I can't remember now what was left. I just had Wonderfest stock left that I tossed in there. So
I sent my big Gladiator Hulk, and I sent a Frankenstein monster, and I sent, I think, some Greta's and some trash kits. So there was some stuff in there. I'm glad they had a good turnout. Thank you everyone else who donated stuff too. That's awesome to hear. So, all right, let's do a giveaway. Wheel of Giveaways is up, and everyone had to sit through the whole show. Ha ha ha. All right, first up is Halloween. And while I'm making sure this is right, thank our donator, Scott. Do you still have them sitting there or no?
I do, but
Okay.
they're way over there. But
Okay.
yes, thanks, Ron Joseph, for donating these to us.
Yeah, good karma. And we got a good turnout on these, so cool. All right, I'm going to start shuffling. Scott, tell me when.
When?
Spinning. It didn't look like anyone who had entered recently, or I think there were, but nobody had just won. Look at this. A name I don't think has ever won. Stephen Baker, 8216. Stephen Baker, 8216. You have won the Halloween kit. Send me an email and we'll get it out to you. Ooh, we haven't done emails today. Let's do that. Email. Oh, wait. That didn't work. Jank. It's behind your picture. I have to go back to that one. modelclubtv@gmail.com. I'll put it up when we're done. So good job, Stephen Baker. Write that down. Send us an email. modelclubtv@gmail.com. All right. Stephen Baker is out. And the next one is same person, Ron Joseph. What is it, Scott?
The Dark Shadows styrene kits, the Werewolf and the Barnabas.
I almost put the remake Barnabas Collins on there just to piss people off, and then I decided not to do it. All right. Shuffling. Tell me when.
When?
Winning. All right. Stephen Baker, if you win this one, you cannot win again. Just Paint It from Jerry Frade.
Jerry Frade!
Jerry Frade has won the Dark Shadows kit. So cool. Just Paint It. Jerry didn't win last episode, did he?
No, what people that don't like Jerry say? Don't be afraid. Okay. Anyway,
All right. Congratulations to everybody
I like Jerry. Jerry's
on the
a guy.
wins. Yeah, Jerry's a big. All right. We're good there. We're good there. And back to us
Are
normals.
we gonna have another giveaway this episode?
No.
Okay.
Did we?
I thought we were gonna re-give away.
Oh. You can say it.
So the gentleman or the person that won the Mike Parks Santa Christmas edition never claimed his prize. We reached out numerous times. Therefore,
Unless I missed an email. But I don't think I have. And I haven't missed a comment.
We're going to redo that giveaway. God, we got to be careful what we say here now. So we can't say something like "Here comes Santa Claus."
How about Santa? Just the word Santa.
Just the word Santa.
Just the word Santa to re-enter the Mike Parks Santa kit. And if that person wants to reclaim it, you got to re-enter the contest now again.
Yep.
Got to re-enter it. So we're giving that away for next episode. So
there you go.
Cool. Congratulations to our winners today. And then finally, Scott, we have some voicemails. Some better than others. I think they're all from the same person again.
This is Sarah, the little ghost girl that lives in your house. And I found out you were born on Halloween. In the old days, you would be called cursed or a witch. But now, nobody cares. So you're made it to 50 years old. In the old days, men only made it 40. So I guess you have a lot of baggage and miles on your hands. You remind me of Apple Cart Barney the donkey. Lame and he didn't know where he was going. He let people take advantage of him. Happy birthday, witch boy.
Witch boy. Okay. All right. Next.
So I found out that Jason was born on Halloween. How fun and festive. The thing is that Jason was found in a pumpkin patch on Halloween night. Nobody wanted him, and his mother was an ugly biological witch, I guess, and whatever she was horrible. Haggis was her name, I think. And there you are, laying amongst the pumpkin patches, and nobody to hold you and cuddle you. Ooh, that makes me want to retch. Ugh. Anyways, I hope you have a decent birthday, enjoying your black shirt, your black pants, your black underwear, your black socks as you always wear. The same old, trying to be dark when he's really not. He's just, I don't know, boring. Happy Halloween, Jason Walker, and may the great pumpkin come to haunt your ass.
Wow. Now we have Angela AI.
This is Angela AI for YouTube 2.3 upgrade. We noticed that your channel has gone down in subscriber rate and algorithm. Therefore, we will punish you and your cohort by putting you in the craft and homemaking section of YouTube where nobody will find you. And for further punishment, you will be forced to listen to Air Supply's greatest hits, such as this.
No, wait, no. We got to stop. Can't do that. How much Air Supply was
there?
There
Was nothing else. It went all the way to the end.
So. Oh, okay. I had to stop that. We would have got in trouble. I want to bring up a couple points from that one. We have not gone down in subscribers, and I haven't brought this up in a long time. We are up to 1,570 some subscribers. Thank you, each and every one of you who has subscribed, and if you haven't, please hit that button. It's still, like, again, that anyone watches this show is weird to me, to even know that we have that many people who are subscribed. I even showed Scott. I was looking at my normal YouTube page of my profile, and our episode popped up on there or something, or one of my reviews, and I'm like, when I see my face come across the TV, I'm just like, what the heck? That's so weird. But thank you, everybody who has made this show successful. We're doing okay. It's doing good.
Hey, and if the one guy did unsubscribe, thank you for unsubscribing. I'm just gonna say
We have gone up like 40 in the last 2 weeks. It's been pretty cool. I think some of those people from the model club at Hobbytown, the Will Cook IPMS club, maybe some of those joined up. It's been good. All right, our final voicemail answers a riddle, answers a question we've had for a long time.
Yes, this is the Joker here. I just set some things straight with you two chuckleheads. Somebody said on your precious message board Clubhouse, I believe it is, that Robert Tro did my voice. No. That peeves me that you said he did my voice. No, I'm my own person, yes. And I hope you got your wish from the great pumpkin Scott Johansson. I hope you got your wish come true. Nevertheless, I am the Joker, not the dear departed Robert Troch. Sorry to disappoint you. Oh, and the one that looks dinosaur scales hell needs to get a life. I think so. Bye.
Okay, there you have it. Is right. So it was not Robert Troch. So is it Neil DeConte? Remember that nice little battle we had at Wonderfest where the two of them were blaming each other?
I spoke to Neil about this when I found out about Robert, and he still denies, but he did say it wasn't Robert. So
I know who it is. It is Scudsfink. It is Scudsfink that does all the voices. There's no way I'm wrong about this. I would love to be proven wrong. But now we need Ghost of Tucky. If you are there, we need proof of death.
Clear Robert's name.
We need proof of death to clear Robert Troch's name. You don't have to leave a long voicemail if you don't feel like calling in or it's too hard to get up from your fiery pit.
Chair to let the dog out of the room. Yeah.
There was Scott's grabber in action. I'm glad everyone got to see that.
The dog wanted out. What do you want me to do? I can't leave this podcast. It's too important.
That's true. Please, Ghost of John Tucky, leave us a quick little voicemail. We need some proof. You got to put some rumors to rest. And if you can't, then we know what happened. So, all right, Scott, that's the show. It was a tough one, but we got more coming. Like I said in the beginning of the show, next 2 months, next 3 episodes are going to be wonky because of stuff going on, holidays and all that stuff. If you would like to enter the Santa for the Mike Park Santa, leave that in the comments down below. Santa. Who's providing that lovely kit, Mr. Johansson?
I am.
See? Got to do some promotion there. And if you would like a Mike Park Santa.
Don't even go there yet. No. Wonderfest next year. That's what we're going to say right now.
All right.
Okay.
I'm piling on the work. You get a preview copy if you win.
Yes. That's correct.
Preview copy. All right. Say goodbye, Mr. Johansson.
Goodbye, Mr. Johansson.
Oh, wait. If you want to leave an email, modelclubtv@gmail.com. If you want to leave a voicemail, oh, man. What's it smell like today? Quarter pounder?
Aurelio's.
Really? Oh, God. And the voicemail number is, I just screwed that up. Jank. There we go. 708-816-4299. If you want to leave us a voicemail, 708-816-4299. All right, everybody. Have a great couple of weeks. Like a week? I don't even know where we're at.
Hey, and have a good Thanksgiving, everyone, because we won't be back till after. So there you go.
True.
We'll record before.
Right. Yeah. So if we don't, I hope everybody, a good call.
That's how I roll.
I was thinking of smoking a turkey this year.
that code for something?
See you later, everybody.
My look of disgust
Yes.
while I'm waiting for this stupid program to update. Then tell me it's not
The
working.
first thing I see is you just grumpy as shit. It's so funny.